They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
Cause she's a witch.
We've got a witch!
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch!
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back!
There we go. Sorry everybody, I didn't even notice. Good evening everybody. Welcome to the channel. I know, right? It wouldn't be me if I didn't hit the mute button accidentally. But yes, good evening. I do hope everybody is doing okay this fine and dandy Tuesday evening. It is exceptionally warm here in the UK already, and I know if you're elsewhere in the world you're probably thinking, oh my god, you don't know what hot is. It's only 30 degrees or 33 degrees or whatever it's been. That is very much true. However, not only are we not used to it, but also it is technically a different kind of heat. Now, I did say this on Sunday on the stream, and I did try and find the video that I saw that explained why it's a different type of heat. I couldn't find the video. But honestly, it is a different type of heat that is different to the one that it's different. Anyway, good evening everybody. I do hope you are all fine and well, as I say. I have been to weigh in today, so you'll find out the results of that on tomorrow's stream on the other channel, which is Beyond Authentic Health. So if you yourself are following a weight loss journey of any kind, if you are doing GLP-1s, if you're doing calorie counting, or if you're doing Weight Watchers, if you are doing intermittent fasting, or if you're doing some of the shakes or meal plans or whatever it is, do join us on Beyond Authentic Health every Wednesday evening at 6:30. It's a interactive weight loss support group. We have people from literally all over the world, which is amazing, and we've got people following all sorts of different plans. It at the moment is leaning very much towards Slimming World, because obviously that's what me and Rufus are doing, and yeah, come and see. We are called the Losers Club, so come and join the losers over there every Wednesday evening. That's not what we're here for tonight, though. Tonight we are here for some tarot reading. I have been joined again tonight by the Fifth Spirit Tarot deck, because it's just blooming lovely. So we are going to be going with this one today. Also, please don't forget that it is still Pride Month. I would say here in the UK, but in the UK, Pride season lasts all the way through, but the official Pride Month is for the whole of June. I did see something online where there was a, what was it called? It was called something like heterosexual, oh, what was it called? It was something like, it was basically a straight pride, and they had 50 people there, 20 of whom were either vloggers or influencers, vloggers, Instagrammers, and people recording it to see how many people turned up. So yay. Also, why isn't there a straight pride? Because at the moment straight people are able to go about their business, kiss whoever they want without any issues, you know, not have to worry about being beaten up in the streets, being denied your rights, having multiple teeth knocked out like I have, being R-worded, being, you know, all of these horrible things that happen to people just because of who they are, as well as being arrested or unalived because of it. So that is why we need Pride, and we'll be going to a lot of them. And if it's something you don't like, if it's something that you think LGBTQIA plus people should just shut up and stop talking about, then you're on the wrong channel. I myself am a trans woman. Everybody is welcome here, regardless of who you are or how you identify. We are here to support each and every one of you that would like a tarot reading, and each one of you that may or may not be going through something to require you to want a tarot reading, because always, generally speaking, most people who want a tarot reading would like a bit of guidance or a bit of an insight into what's coming up. Other people may be going through something and want some advice or some guidance on how to deal with those issues. Okay, we accept everybody here. Everybody here is welcome. We have one main rule. I was about to say the only rule. There's only really one main rule on the channel, and that is don't be a dick. That's the only rule. That's the only rule. We accept absolutely everybody, any creed, race, colour, whatever. Just don't be a dick. But that's the only rule, but we do have some housekeeping. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or anytime in the future. Absolutely, that is vitally important. Please do protect your own privacy here or anywhere else on the interwebs. It's really, really, really important. Right, let's have a look in the chat to see who is joining us from the opening bell. Good evening to Ed. Good evening to Sarah, Demdike the Wicker Midnight Crafter. I haven't seen your opinion on which casket for June. I know Patricia's opinion. You're like me, Patricia. You missed the pins. They're on this side today. I put them on the opposite side. Normally they're here, but I put them here. You missed the pins. The pins I'm wearing today, we've got the as above, so no, it's not. As I will it, so mote it be, that one. And I've also got, so I went to meet Ed for coffee yesterday. We had a lovely coffee and a natter, and I played with his puppy a lot. A lovely, lovely puppy. Gorgeous puppy. And then in the train station, RSPB were there with some pin badges. Now, of course, I mean, you know, I am a bit of a sucker for pin badges. So, of course, I had to get 3 of them. One was a crow, one was a chuff. I thought that was just what happened if you're a bit upset, you got a bit chuffed. And one was a rainbow bird. So 2 of them are on my handbag, and then the it's not a crow. I got told off. I called it a crow. It's a raven. I was told I had to say it right if I wanted it. I was glad to buy it, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so yes, we love the pins, and it was really nice meeting up for coffee. I'm going to be doing more of that. In this summer. Meeting people in person that I always say, oh, we should go for coffee. I'm actually doing it because I enjoy coffee and I enjoy meeting people, just not a lot. Anyway, hopefully I've slowed down this. Oh, it works. I've slowed down the scroll on here. I've still got a really weird button on my mouse. A really weird icon. It looks like an arrow on one screen, and on the other screen I set up some animated thing like about maybe a year and a half ago. I set up a little thing and it now doesn't work, so I've just got a box where the arrow should be, and of course it's this screen over here that has all the chat on it. I know, right? Anyway, who's judging you? Oh, the puppy's judging you. Yes. Hello, Dormouse. I know, right? I know, I sorted it. I know. It was lovely when we went for coffee because we went into Costa and we weren't sure whether we'd be able to take the doggo. But I went in and I said to the woman behind the counter, or I said to the person behind the counter, I said, is it all right if we bring the pup in? She went, as long as I get a cuddle. I was like, yes, okay, we've met our people. Good evening to Ellis. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Oh, I'm clicking on the buttons and I've just realised nobody can see the chat that I'm displaying. Here we go. Let's turn that on properly. There we go. Look, there you are, Ellis. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I am doing really well. Thank you very much. We had a taster session at Slimming World today. I feel like I've had my lunch. I know, right? The humidity is killing you off. You'd love to have some AC in the house. I've got a big fan just to my right. I know, right? It's not Rufus. Normally I have Rufus sat here, you see, when we do the health videos. But I've got a big fan just here. and I've angled it. I've actually been experimenting before coming on. I know, right? I sound like Neil on the podcast. Keep experimenting. I've put the fan just in the right position so it shouldn't blow the cards here, there, and everywhere. Because the first time I did it earlier today, because I've got the fan on full beam, because the fan is the lights in your car. It was blowing the cards around, so it's sorted now. So that's cool. So actually quite cool for the first time this evening. You've been enjoying listening to the rain today. Where? I love listening to the rain on the Headspace app when I've got my little sleep bandana-y thing on that's got the built-in ear speaker things, and I listen, and it just I'm sleeping minutes. You're in the bottom of Scotland. Ellis, your little dog is sulking because he's had his flea drops on. Oh, how old's your little dog then? Have you got a pup as well? We need a pup. We need a pup out. Pup out. Scotland definitely not used to the heat. No, I know, right? Hello, Holland. You're having a quick shower, then you'll be with us properly. I know this weather, you do just need to jump in the shower all the time, don't you? Like yesterday, I was like, I'll jump in the shower, then I had a shower, then I was getting dressed before I went out, and I was like, I'll jump in the shower again. Because obviously, because we're a bit poorly, we've got a seat in the shower. It's a wet room thing, so I can just sit there and have the lovely cold water running, and it's like, oh, I feel like I'm in an old-fashioned hair shampoo commercial. You know, when they used to be in a waterfall, and it was all in slow motion, and it was like, oh, yes, with all the bubbles and all the lather that you never get with the real shampoo. Just like that. Oh, that's what I feel like when I'm in there, and it's like nice and cold water. It's lovely. Thank you, Holland. Tarot is for entertainment purposes. You do make all your own decisions about your own life. Yes. Oh, Rue gets his text for the first of the month. Oh. Don't forget to do the YouTubey things. Yes, please. Good evening, Patricia. Evening all. You brought fans that connect into the light, but I saw those. So I've seen them on cheap Chinese website where you might shop like a billionaire, but I've also seen them on Facebook, and on Facebook they were £39 on cheap Chinese website for what seems to be the exact same item. They look to be £11. Are they any good? Because we've got a great big industrial fan in the bedroom that I've now got on a smart plug, so we can go computer, the trigger word computer, bedroom fan off just as we're falling to sleep, or I can say turn off the bedroom fan in 1 hour or whatever. So yes, thank you, Holland. Your little Chihuahua mix is 8 years this. Oh, it's 8 years this year. Rufus likes Chihuahuas. I think they're ratty dogs, but anyway, no, they're lovely. I've never met a dog I didn't like. Maybe a Chihuahua. No, I'm joking. They're lovely, honest. And you've got a husky mix. Oh my god! So you've got a little yappy and a big yowler. Wow. Hi, Melinda. Having a seat, or isn't it just? Isn't it just? It's just, oh, it is bliss. It is absolute bliss. Especially if you set the temperature just off cold, so it's just tepid. Oh my god. You've got 3 Chihuahuas. Now I know we're not related. I couldn't cope. No, I do like them. Oh, hubby got them from Chinese website as well, and they do work fabulous. Thank you for letting me know. I may well order one, except I can guarantee you by the time it gets here the hot weather would have passed, but that's fine. Good evening to MA and what blue tick coonhound. What on earth is that? I'm assuming, Melinda, it's a doggo. I'm assuming it's a doggo, but I've never heard of that particular breed. Never, ever, ever. Never, ever. We are, here on this channel, we are animal lovers. Many of us have doggos, many of us have catos, some of us have cats and dogs, and some of us have blue tongue lizards. Be me then. Anyway, shall we crack on with some tarot reading? I'm in a really, really, really lovely, positive mood today. Finally, I think the solstice vibrancy energy is finally hitting me. It's a big dog. Well, we've got I was about to say we've got huskies. We haven't got huskies at all. That's a complete blatant lie. That is a lie. I am lying to you. I am being completely inauthentic if I'd said that, because we have Staffordshire Bull Terriers. Oh, he's not yappy at all. He's a lazy, grumpy sod, and the husky mix is surprisingly quiet. Really? 3 kilograms and 22 kilograms. That's about right. That's about right. Looks similar to a Dalmatian, but with big floppy ears. And they bay instead of bark. Oh my god. Oh my god. We need photos. You have to send some photos to Beyond Authentic Tarot on the Instagram. Hang on, I've got a button for that. There you go. I've put it in the chat. On the Instagram, send us some photos to that one on the chat. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. So then, don't forget, members, this Friday is our Friday Night Natter. I'm going to start at 7 p.m. UK time, same as normal. Might go on a little bit later, like till about 9:30 or something, if that's okay with everybody. You don't have to be there. You can jump in, jump out. We'll be doing some tarot reading. I've got my pendulums, so I might bring out the pendulum board. Might do all sorts of random stuff. I might even... No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that online. I was about to say I might even bring out the spirit board, but I'm not going to do that online. I'm not going to do that online. Absolutely not. One or two of us are actually human lovers. No. I don't think any of us are human lovers. I said the other day, I have a few friends in my life, right? I don't have many friends. I have a few friends, and at least some of them are two-legged friends. Some, not many, but some. I have probably triple the number of four-legged friends than I do two-legged friends. That's very true. All of the neighbourhood doggos, we can't walk to the local corner shop because they all come out and say hello, and I've got to go up to each one and give them all individual hugs, and they've all got to get individual fusses and told they are very good boys or very good girls or very good doggos. Every single one of them, as I walk down the street. And our neighbour's dog, when we come in from shopping, this is how well trained he's got us. When we come in from shopping, we have to pay the Monty tax. Monty is his name. So there's one of two things that we do, okay? We either have to give him all of the loves and the hugs and the kisses, bearing in mind he's a big old, well, he's not old, but he's like a big, I'm not sure what breed, to be honest, but he's big, like a bull breed type thing. Don't know what he is, but he's big. He gives you his paw and he knocks you like 15 feet into the ground because he goes poof with his big old paws. So you have to give him a love, or he wants one of his pastries. So we now grab pastries from Olio. We keep a few back. We don't eat any of that ourselves, but we keep some back, not for our dogs, but for the neighbour's dog, because when we come in he demands his pastry, so we have to pay the Monty tax. But yes, most humans are not nice and best avoided when possible. Yes, that is unfortunately very, very true. The only exception to that is the two legs that are getting trained by the four legs. That's the only exception. That's the only exception. You've a Chihuahua that's only 2.5 kilo. She's so tiny. A Chug Chihuahua and Pug mix. Oh, and a Jack Russell Chihuahua and Scotty mix. You do like your mixes up there, don't you? Don't you, Sarah? You do like your mixes. It's like a 10p mix-up from back in the day. We should absolutely do a secure field puppy play date. We've got the puppy park. There's a puppy park, not farm, puppy park. That's on a farm. So you know I'm always going to say puppy farm. It's not. It's a puppy park. Anyway, shall we do some tarot reading before I get horrendously sidetracked by doggos? I'm wanting to see if I can find my dog oracle cards now, but I thought they were on the table in front of me, but they're not. Briefly behind me, hold on, let me look on the other side. Briefly behind me, are they here? Can I see them? In 3, 2, 1. No, therefore I'll have to grab them another day. Right then, so let's start some tarot reading. What on earth? Rue rocks up at 33 kilograms. Wowza. Oh, you sent a photo. Hang on a second then. Before we do a reading, I will grab a photo. The Chihuahua is pure and you have 2 other pups. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't mind Chihuahuas. I don't mind them. They're not my favourite breed, but I don't mind them. I like big dogs. I like big dogs that you have to sort of wrestle with. Do you know what I mean? Let me have a look. Let me have a look on Instagram then for the photo that you've just sent. You watch, I'll start this and it will all go horrendously wrong and everything will collapse and stop working probably. That one there, that's what I want. And let's do this very, very quickly. I just want to see dogs. That's all it is. I do have a couple of t-shirts that are just easily distracted by dogs. I've got your photo. Oh my god! Oh, that's so cute. Right, hang on. Open it in a new tab. Then I can share this tab. Oh, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Watch. Are we ready? If I do this, and then I have to go to this one, and then I'll go to that one. Like this. Are you ready? Are you ready? This is a picture of Melinda's pup. Are you ready? I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna move to this side, and the pupper is about to come in just next to me. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh. No, other side. This side. No, this. Wait. There. Look. Look. How gorgeous. Look at him or her. Look at the papa. Oh my gosh. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. Yes, absolutely gorgeous. We love all of the pets. All of the fur babies. Hurrah for the fur babies. In fact, let's have a huge clap for fur babies. Yay to the fur babies. We love our fur babies. Right then, let's go. And I know it's too much cuteness, Dormouse. Good evening, Culture Envy. His name is Blue. Oh, that's so gorgeous. Oh, I just want to play with doggos. We should just do a stream where we just bring our doggos on and do a big Zoom call. That'd be really cool, wouldn't it? Big Zoom call. You ended up with your chihuahuas because your cousin knew a lady who was getting rid of him. Oh, he'd been mistreated and been given away for free. You'd never have picked a chihuahua otherwise. Oh, Ellis, you're amazing. Oh, big applause for Ellis as well. Wow. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I don't know how anybody could give away their doggos. Oh, I really don't. Anyway, if you are a good boy or a good girl or a good doggo, you can get yourself a tarot reading if you've got a lovely waggly tail. Do you know how you get a tarot reading if you've been a really, really, really good doggo? If you're a really good doggo, you get a tarot reading if you're a really good doggo. Yes, and how you get it is by listening out for this noise. It's not walkies, it's this one. And then what you need to do is you need to give paw, and then write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. Right? Do that. Fetch your question. Good children, fetch your question, put it in the live chat, and then one of those is selected at random. Yes. Or if you want to, you can run off and you can go and fetch some money on the super chat, and in that way you get to eat your dinner first and have all the treats and get your reading first. Does that make any sense? Am I just this is sounding a bit odd now. It sounds like we're doing the human doggo things, which are furries, which is a whole other thing. But yes, if you would like a reading, the round is now officially open. So I'll put the details in the live chat, and don't forget, if you would like a tarot reading, please do pop your question in, starting with the word question. that will then automatically come through. One of those will be selected at random. If you want to guarantee it, you know what you need to do by now. Go ahead, send it through as a super chat. Don't forget, every single super chat we do, every single membership, every pair of earrings I sell on eBay, every single tarot reading that I offer privately or through here or through wherever, through Fiverr, 10% off anything we ever make on this channel, or anything related to tarot, anything that we sell on the website or anywhere else. 10% of all of it goes directly to the PDSA, which is the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals here in the UK. They look after animals whose humans need a bit of help in looking after them. So whether that's vet bills, whether that's emergency surgery, whether it's the animals that you find on the side of the road when someone's hit them on a car with a car or a bike or something and then driven off, however it is that those animals need help, the PDSA helps. So then, all of that being said, let's now go to a lovely waterfall. I need some videos with doggos, don't I? You got 30 seconds, get your questions in now.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Yes, indeed. Do just ask one of our lovely mods. So then, let me just have a wee look. Shika Magol, good evening to you. Okay, Dormouse, have a lovely evening. If we don't see you don't see you later, have a lovely evening, my darling. Where is Shika's question gone? There we go. Should you apply for the commercial job? Oh, are you going to be in a commercial? That would be lovely. Before we look at that, I have a picture. Another doggo. Another doggo. I mean, I know what I said. I know what I said. I know what I said. You know, maybe not my favourite breed in the entire world, but look how cute! How cute! Oh my god! Look how cute! Look how cute! Oh, look at the eyes! So cute! So cute! Oh, very, very cute! Yeah, very cute! Love it! Oh, so cute! Right then, Shika Magol, we're going to do your radio. I could just do this all stream. All stream I could do this, where we just look at doggo pictures. That would be an amazing stream. I would love it. Wouldn't get any tarot readings done though, would we? So then, Shika Magol, good evening. You are the first cab off the rank today. Let's kick off with, should you apply for the commercial job? We are cleansing the space. We are bringing in Wispy. Good evening, Wispy. Don't worry, my friend. You are still my favouriteest animal that we work with on the channel. Okay, Wispy, don't worry. The cute doggo 4 legs, they may well be cute, but none of them can fly and breathe fire. So, you know, there will always be a place in my heart for my very first dragon creations. And yeah, you are obviously one of the best. You're certainly in the top 5, Wispy, out of all 5 of them. So then let's have a look. Oh dear. Sometimes I get myself in trouble, you know, when I open my mouth. Ooh, we've had a card flip. We've had a card jump out. It's the 6 of Pentacles. What does this mean? What does this mean? What it means, Shika Magol, is that we have a clarifying or modifying question. Now, if this job is if this is a job that you are looking to start, almost, again, if you're applying for a commercial job, then it sounds like this could be something that you are looking, obviously, to start. The 6s are about community for some reason. So is there a group? Is it a when you say commercial, is that commercial as in a large company? Because this does look as if there is an issue here because it's reversed. So there may well be something around community, money, work that is not necessarily in your favour. It doesn't mean you shouldn't apply, but it may well be that you don't get this particular job, but it might lead to something else down the road, right? Reason I'm saying that is because the sixes are quite often where we start a, how can I put it? We start a journey, we make some changes. 5 is about reassessing, 6 is about either continuing that line or making some changes, shifting things slightly, improving and all of that. When it comes to the 6 of Pentacles, it's very much about charity and giving to and supporting when it's upright. When it's this way round, it's that maybe you are in need of reaching out to some sort of charity or some sort of non-profit. So if the commercial job, if this is for something in the 3rd sector, then this may well not be a negative, it may well come through as a positive. But let's see what your actual cards say. So then whenever we get a clarifying card, we stop shuffling and we go straight to your cards. We've got where you are now, or what you need to know, and the future outcome. Right, all 4 of your cards are coming up reversed, which means there is something here that the tarot doesn't like about this proposition. Okay, so it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean not to reply, but it may well be that there's going to be unexpected twists and turns and sort of jump scares along the way, because the Knight of Wands is about your self-confidence, your self-esteem. Knights are very quick to act, very not, I wouldn't say slow to think, they just don't generally think about the repercussions of when they act. Okay, it's very much jump first, look over the hedge and make sure it's safe second. Do you know what I mean? Now the thing about the Knights is that they can go off a bit cack-handed, as we would say, or go off a bit cockeyed without really waiting for any knowledge, without really assessing things. They're very, very quick to say they can do something, the Knight of Wands, right? Very, very quick to say, oh, I can do that. Yeah, that's no problem. Yeah. It's like they've taken a Spanish class for 6 months and then, you know, you say in the interview, oh yes, no, I am a fluent Spanish speaker, and I can write it and translate it, when actually you know how to order, you know, a meal in Spain and a glass of Coke. You know what I mean? Like, you know how to ask where the airport is because you went there on holiday. It's like that. You go in, this is jumping in way above your head. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that doesn't make any sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's like saying, oh yeah, no, I can absolutely do that. I can absolutely code that website for you. And then they go on then, and you go, where's Dreamweaver? Because you once did it in a package. What you need to know, listen, there is some stagnancy going on at the moment in your confidence. There is something here, whatever this job is, right? Be careful. Listen. The honesty is, right? In all honesty, I would say 100% apply. Apply. What have you got to lose for applying? Nothing at all. If you get an interview, great. You go through that interview process. You will learn something about the job, about, you know, interview techniques. You'll learn something anyway, right? Even if you don't get the job. But this is suggesting here that your confidence, how can I put this without being really offensive? I don't know whether your skills are a little bit out of date, or whether you perhaps haven't kept up with the most recent things that this job would demand. Do you know what I mean? There's something here about, it's not that you've been lazy, but it's almost like you did a degree in XYZ 4 years ago, and since then you haven't opened up that software package or that any of those books or any of those, do you know what I mean? It's like you've now got your degree in psychology, but you haven't kept abreast of any of the new thinking. Or, you know, you've done a degree in accountancy and all of that, but you haven't kept up to date with new tax laws and tax changes and everything else. So you're working from information that's out of date, is what I'm trying to say. So just be aware of that, because this is linking in with your confidence, right? So it's almost like they're going to say to you, oh, so I can see on your CV you have used Marzipan 2.0, and you go, oh yes, I did that. Well, in this company, we're now on Marzipan 8.4. There's some quite significant changes. Have you used that? And you'll go, oh, no, to be honest, I didn't even know Marzipan 3.0 had come out. Oh, do you know what I mean? It's like that information's out of date and it's going to knock your confidence. The Eight of Swords is all about having blindfolds lifted and having your all the blinkers taken off, this is hard moments of truth, right? Hard moments of truth. Everything is getting revealed. The 8 is all about discovery, and it is also reversed. So I think whatever is happening with this job, right, apply, absolutely apply, but I think it is going to show you what you need to change, right? I don't think this is the job. This is the application that's going to get you this job. I think this is going to be an application that will show you what you're out of date on, what, you know, why your CV is a design that's 5 years out of date, or whatever it is. This is designed, this interview or this application process will be a really good opportunity for you to update everything, to modernize everything, and to bring everything up to spec. And it will show you areas that you aren't quite on the ball with. Because don't forget, in a job market, you're not just going up against people with the same level of expertise as you. You're going up against people that have literally just come out of a similar role, have just come out of university, have just come out of training, have just come, you know, whatever. So double down on renewing and making sure that everything is as up to date as it can be. But I would always apply for a new job. Always, because that application and interview process will always teach you something new. I hope that helps. All 4 of these cards are really pointing at the fact that you've got some work to do to refresh. Okay, my friend, I hope that helps. I really do. Thank you ever so much for your question, and that is going to be your reading for today, my lovely. Right then, let's have a look in that live chat. Hey Aquilarius, how are you, my darling? Seeing all the doggy chat, but you're heartbroken. You lost your flame last Saturday week. He was your best friend. You were together for over 15 and a half years. You're lost. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, my darling. I really am. It is really difficult when you lose a loved one. We lost our Ruby. Ruby was 14. And we lost her last year, and it was really sad. Really sad. Really sad. Yep. Listen, you can absolutely upgrade and refresh and retrain, but I would say go for the application anyway. What have you got to lose? The very worst thing that can happen is they don't get back to you at all. They might send you a letter saying thank you, but not at this time. They might call you for an interview. You might not get it from there, but at least you'll have an updated interview technique, blah blah blah. And don't forget, sometimes when you have an interview, you may not be the person they're looking for this role. However, that HR person will know, we don't need you for this role, but next month, person over there is going on maternity leave, or is going for surgery and is going to be gone for 6 months, or that person over there is going for a you know, 6-month training in the London office. There's always other opportunities that HR will know about that are in the pipeline that you don't. So you might end up applying for one job, interviewing for one job, and getting a call back 3 months down the line for a completely different job because the HR person's gone, oh, you're not ready for this. However, you'll be perfect for that job when that comes up. I'll put a little star, a little circle around your name, put a little star on it and make a little note in my diary and give you a ring back. You don't know. Anyway, I hope that the reading helps, my darling. Lisa, you sent me another pic of the nails to look at and laugh when you see them and realise you can literally give me the bird. Okay, I will have a quick look. I'm trying not to get sidetracked with... Oh, my Lord! Okay, that's worth sidetracking on. Okay, give me a sec. Give me a second. I love the fact that when you say you can give the bird, it's on the it's on that finger. I love that. Those are looking awesome. Love them. They're really cool. Really cool. Yay. Like that a lot. Right then, shall we have another round? I think we should. Shall we have another round? Let's crack on tonight. I feel in the mood to do lots and lots and lots of readings. It's a marketing coordinator job. That looks interesting. That does sound rather interesting. Wispy cannot be just an animal. He's a mystical being, surely. Wispy is what Wispy is. It depends how Wispy wants to appear. Wispy can be my fluffy, smoky, the rising dew on a summer's morning where the dew has landed and then is just evaporating off and steaming off in the wisps of the ether just through the clouds, in the slight hint of something in the bubble that encases the earth itself with our vital oxygen and lifeline. That essence, that ethereal ember, that is Wispy. But he's also a dragon. So, you know, also a dragon. That rather depends on the celebrity. What celebrity? What have I missed? What celebrity do I need to do celebrity readings? I want to do celebrities reading. You want to be a celebrity's dog when you grow up? Yeah, it really does depend on the celebrity. Oh my God. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Right then, let's go for it. Another round is open. Please do pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question, or of course you can send it through in the form of a super chat. Either way, go ahead and do one of those things. We're going to, do you know what? It's such a lovely warm day. Do you know what we all need to be looking at? A really nice hot fire.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Yes, indeed. And if you don't know who our mods are, because I haven't said already this evening, our mods can be found in their lovely live chat. They have their name in blue. Blue for the mods. The names in green, those are all our lovely channel members. You can become a channel member for $2.99 wherever you see the dollar bill money note sign. If you click that, it gives you the option to join. The $2.99 and the £5 option are both the same, but if you would like to support the channel with that little extra couple of quid, it does help us out here. Any money we make, as I say, 10% goes to the PDSA automatically. 10% then also for June is going to an LGBTQIA plus charity here in the UK. And the rest of it, once YouTube takes its 30% off the top, the rest of it goes to straight back into the channel, paying for new lights, new cameras, new equipment, new software, all of that. This year, it looks like I'm going to have to buy a proper computer. This lovely little one that I've got here doesn't quite want to do what it needs to do. But yes, that's where, if anyone's ever wondering where the membership money or the donations go to, that's what happens to it. So then we've got Ma in the chat, has been selected by the keeper of the questions. Florida water, it's not something you find in the UK very often. Since the, hang on, why can't I scroll? No, that is definitely not the mouse. Why can't I scroll? Why can't I scroll? Let me scroll. Oh, what? Hang on. I've got no... I can't move the chat. I can see that a blue super chat has come in. I can't move the thingy. Oh, hang on. I've got it. There we go. MA. Right, MA, I've already announced your reading, so I'll do yours. And then whoever sent that super chat, is it going to let me click on it? There we go. Shri, who sent a super chat, my darling, could you pop your question in the chat if you've got a question? If you're just making a donation, then thank you very much for the super sticker. Right then, so Ma wants to know a love reading for the near future. Okay, my darling, we'll have a look at that for you. Now, the thing is, if there isn't a romantical involvement, entanglement, situationship in the near future, then there's going to be nothing to see. But we'll have a look. We'll see what the cards say. Wispy, is there... Oh, there we go. So then we'll cleanse. Wispy, Ma would like to know, MA would like to know, is there some love coming their way in the near future? We want to know, is there a love interest, love energy, a bit of kissy kissy, a little bit of dating, a little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of a little bit of something else, a little bit of something, I don't know, I can't remember any of the words to any song ever. Oh, there we go. Wispy. We're looking for a love reading. A love reading. Is there any love? If so, show me the love. Where is love? What's love got to do with it? Love, a many splendid thing. Let's have a look. True love. Here we go. So, Ma, where you are right now, my darling. Queen of Pentacles reversed. What you need to know. 9 of Pentacles reversed. And Ace of Wands reversed. Wispy, why are all the cards coming up reversed today? I'm in a really lovely positive mood. And we've got some negative ninnies in the cards. Right then. So, Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles, in this case, is either going to be with work finances, something like that, or growth. Now, historically, I would say growth for a reading about love. However, it doesn't necessarily, how can I put it? It doesn't necessarily connect with love energy, if that makes sense. It's about growth, so it could be growth in where you are, what you're doing, that sort of thing, but it isn't necessarily growth in terms of romantical, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Hang on, my computer seems to be running a little bit slow. Let me just take the other, let me take Instagram down and the photos down, and that one, there we go. Right, hopefully I haven't got any more tabs open. Hopefully that makes things a lot faster. Oh, it does. We're back to normal speed. Thank God for that. There was a delay then. It was like a tail. Anywho, yeah, so Queen of Pentacles. Queens are quite nurturing characters, and they have that sort of especially the Queen of Pentacles, it's that almost vibe of the Empress with that vitality, with that abundant loving energy, right? But she's reversed here. So it's saying that I don't think there's much of an opportunity for you to allow and to maybe express that warm, loving, nurturing, possibly maternal type element that's here. Because of the reversal, it's almost like that isn't around you at the moment. So I don't know whether this is the person that you are perhaps looking for in a romantic partner, or whether this is an aspect of yourself. Obviously, I don't know anybody's gender identity, anybody's sexuality, who they fancy, who they don't. So it could be either way, but it doesn't seem as if that energy is with you right now. And it doesn't seem as if it's going to be with you in the short term. The reason I'm saying that, in what you need to know, we've got the Famine or Feast card. So the Nine of Pentacles is literally, look, we've got... I can't pick it up because of my nails. So you can see, if I turn it the right way up, we've got an empty plate here in front of us. And then we've got this banquet laid out, this huge sort of regal looking banquet laid out on the table ahead of us. There's loads of food, loads of drink, cheese, meats, wines, fruits, breads. There's, you name it, it looks absolutely amazing and delicious and wonderful. And yet our plate is empty, our glasses are empty, our side dish is empty. So it's showing you famine and feast, right? And I always think of this card as being, it is this way up. There is plenty of money, that abundance of stuff. There is lots of material energy buzzing around, i.e. also growth and plentifulness. It's a bit like the horn of plenty, right? There's lots here. When it's reversed, we're looking mainly at the empty plate. So it's showing that there could be a lot here, right? You could have all of this food on your plate, and yet your plate is empty. So I think this is really saying that at the moment, that energy just isn't around you for whatever reason. It may just be that there's, you know, it's not quite the right time for you to meet the next person in your life, the next important love. It may be that, you know, that person isn't quite circling your circles yet, because for you to meet someone and have that connection, you've both got to kind of be in the same place. Do you know what I mean? It's no good, for example, if your lovely person that you are going to meet, right, and you are going to go on dates with and fall for, if that person only ever shops in, I don't know, Walmart, and you regularly shop in Target, and you never go to Walmart and they never go to Target, you're not going to meet. However, one day, your supermarket or their supermarket may well be closed. Or shop, whatever those shops are. And so at that point, you go to the next shop, or they go to the next shop, and it happens to be the one that you are in. And then you happen to both need washing detergent at the same time, and you bump trolleys in the washing detergent aisle, and then you go, oh, I see you like non-biological washing powder as well. Have you tried this one? And your person says, no, I haven't. Is it any good? And you say, oh, actually, it's very good. This is really blah, blah, blah. And the person says, well, do you use that for your partner and all your children's washing? And you say, no, I don't have a partner or any children. And then that person says, oh, well, actually, neither do I. And it's a holiday weekend coming up, isn't it? And you say, yes, it is. Are you doing anything this holiday weekend? And the other person says, no, I'm not. But maybe if you're not doing anything, maybe we could not do anything together. And then all of a sudden, because your supermarket was shut or their supermarket was shut, and because you both needed detergent, bang your trolleys, and the next thing you know, it's 5 years later, and you've moved in together, undying love, and you've both got rings and flowers and everything, and it's all happy, cozy, lucky. Do you know what I mean? This doesn't mean that love energy isn't here just because you've got that famine or feast. You're in the famine area at the moment. It doesn't mean it's not coming. It's just telling you right now, it's not that sort of time. There's other things for you to look at. Maybe you need to plow some money into the work balance. Maybe you need to look at that sort of thing. But right now, it doesn't seem to want to be there. We've also then got the Ace of Wands coming in. Thank you, Patricia. We've got the Ace of Wands coming in your future. And this is saying there is a new start, right? Aces are all about new starts, new beginnings, turning the page, starting a new chapter. Wands is in your confidence zone. So this is saying that you need to, by the end of middle of July, maybe end of July, something is going to happen, right? That's going to make you feel a lot less confident. You're going to have to almost start over and rebuild your confidence in a way. But it's going to be a good thing, right? It's not going to feel like a good thing in the short term. It's going to feel like you're back to square one, back to zero, starting over, all of that. It's going to feel like that, right? But what you're actually doing is giving yourself a really solid foundation to build your confidence on, which will actually make you, if you like, more confident and therefore more ready to be vulnerable in a relationship. Does that make sense? It really does feel as if at the moment you've got other things that you need to focus your attention on, perhaps work, finance type related. There's not a lot of spare energy here, that famine or feast, and actually something is going to happen before I would say before the end of July, possibly even around the middle. That is going to mean that you have to kind of almost metaphorically pick yourself up from the ground, dust yourself off, and start again, right? I hope that makes sense. This starting again though, it's going to lead to much better things because it's resetting your confidence, and it's taking it. The fact that it needs resetting isn't necessarily a great thing, but once it has reset and you've got this new confident self growing and you've got that new energy coming in, that will open up a lot of doors. I really hope that helps, my darling. Thank you very much for your question. Right then, Shri, I've been told by our lovely moderator Patricia that you've sent in your questions, so I'm going to have a look at that now for you. Drop half the cards. There we go. Right then, let's have a look. Thank you very much, Patricia, for sending that one through. Let me find. There we go. So then, we've got the amazing clap hands. We can do that. We can do that. Look, are you ready? Are you ready? We can do that. There we go. Clap hands. There we go. Right then, so, and your question is on here. You're a new subscriber. Good evening. Does Ayush from work like me? We all know he has a girlfriend, but you're sensing some energy from him. Oh, my darling. First of all, I will read for you. But first of all, if he has a girlfriend and he's got any interest in you whatsoever, if he shows any interest whatsoever, then he's not a good one. Because if he's in a relationship and he's looking at somebody else and attracted or interested in developing something with someone else, then you know what that means. He's a cheater. And if he's doing it to his current girlfriend, he'll do it to you if you are the next one. Okay. Secondly, if you're right, or is it in your head? We'll find out. And any future action from him, we'll have a look and see. Okay, my darling. But if he has a girlfriend and you're picking up anything at all from him, then I would stay away. I would not touch him with a 10-foot barge pole. I would not touch him with a great big sticky stick. I would not touch him with a 20-foot scaffolding pole. Because if he is with a girlfriend and he's showing interest in you, not a very nice person, is he? Not a very nice person. And you deserve somebody who isn't going to, you know, see you as a dalliance or a little bit of a, you know, a fling. Anywho, let's have a look. Right, we're going to cleanse the space. We're going to bring in Wispy. So, Wispy, my darling, Shri would like to know, does Ayush from work like them? He has a girlfriend, but Shri is sensing some energy from him. Is Shri right, or is it in their head? And what future action, if any, is Ayush gonna do? What does he want? So then, we'll look at this in a very clear way. We'll look at, okay, we're doing a 3-card reading, I believe. And we're going to go with what Ayush wants from you, right? What you want deep down secretly. And where this connection, relationship, situationship may well head. Okay? That's what we're going to look at. So first of all, what does Ayush want? The 6 of Cups. Okay. 6s are about community. Cups is about emotions. So you put these two together. Yeah, it may well be that he's interested, but only up to a point. This is reversed, which means there's absolutely no intention to make an interest public. He has no interest in saying, hello, you are my new girlfriend. But he might have an interest in a fling, in a bit on the side, because the 6 is about community and Cups is about emotions. So I would take the reversal here to mean that it isn't a, I was about to say pure, but it isn't a positive aspect here where he's like, oh wow, it's not working out with my girlfriend, so maybe if I break up with her, then I can get with Shri. No, this almost feels like he wants his cake and eat it too, is the first thought that came through my head. Right, what do you secretly want? The 9 of Swords. Oh, now that's deep, Wispy. That's really deep, because this is reversed as well. Okay, my darling, my question becomes, why would you be willing to put up with this nightmare situation? 9 of Swords is about sleepless nights, nightmares, being in a difficult situation. Swords is trouble and strife, hurdles and challenges. The stuff we've got to get through in life. The 9 is so much it keeps you awake, right? So much stress keeps you awake all the time. Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. Why are you wanting that over a positive relationship? Is it because it keeps a boundary in place? It means if it's just a fling and he's with someone else that you can't get too involved? Does it mean that you can't go too deep? You can't fall too deep? Does it mean that it means, you know, is that somewhere in the back of your head? Are you thinking all you deserve is to be second best, is to be the fling, the mistress, the other person? I don't know. But this is very much, because it's reversed, it's almost saying that you don't believe you're worth a positive, loving, equal, lovely relationship. Do you know what I mean? See what I mean when I said, oh, that hit deep? It really did. And then where is this situationship headed in the future? Oh, it's going to cause pain. It's going to cause weakness, and it's going to cause the word is suffering. I can't get the word out of my head. It's going to cause suffering. Listen, my darling, it doesn't matter what his interest in you is. Avoid like the plague. This is, oh gosh, I've dropped it. Hang on. This is not good. This is not good. You don't want the future situation to end up weakening you and end up causing you pain or causing the girlfriend pain. You don't want to be in that situation. This is not a good outcome card for a situation, for a relationship. It really isn't. It means that things are generally going to be weakened, painful, negative. Strength this way up would be perhaps that you would be growing stronger together, that sort of thing. No. This is very much about maybe he gets strengthened by the relationship. Maybe he feels empowered because he's got you on one phone call, his girlfriend on the other. When she doesn't do what he wants, he'll go to you and see whether you will. As soon as you asked the question, my darling, my gut instinct was no, let's not do this. And the cards have absolutely come up and reflected that. This very much is saying avoid. So I would say, listen, he may well be interested in you. He may well be a handsome, smart, intelligent guy. But he's not a good guy. He's not a keeper. He's not someone who is going to be able to be trusted. And if he's only looking for the one thing, what happens when he gets that one thing? Do you know what I mean? And I don't believe with these cards that the one thing he's looking for is a committed relationship. But again, as with all my tarot readings, my darling, you do make all of your decisions yourself about your own life. All I can do is tell you what the cards have fallen and interpret what they are meaning. And that's what I've done. Thank you very much for your donation, my darling. And that is going to be your reading for today. But yeah, I know personally I would be avoiding. But thank you very much for your question. Right then, let me have a look. It makes sense. Okay, my darling. Let me have a look. Hello to Dia. Hello to Pooja. Hello to... Did anybody else come in? Have I seen anybody else come in? Yeah, so Florida water can be a mix of... Florida water is a... As far as I know, it comes from the more Creole magic, the more voodoo world, I believe, possibly in that sort of Santa Muerte. It's in my head, it's very Latin in its feel, and it's come from that sort of culture. It's a form of basically water mixed with, and it can be mixed with alcohol, whether that's vodka or rubbing alcohol, I believe is sometimes used. We call it isopropyl alcohol, and different mixes of herbs, oils, berries, plant-based ingredients. As far as I know, I do have a couple of different recipes for different versions of Florida water, and it can be used for all sorts in consecrating and cleansing things. It can be used as, you know, for anointing candles, things like that. It can be used for all sorts of bits and pieces, but it's not something that we tend to use very often. It used to cost $3 and now it's like 10. Yeah. No, I know it's not, Patricia. I know that Santa Muerte is not voodoo. That's why I said it's one of those Latin cultural things. It's from that general region. Miss K, we do accept super chats. Any super chat will get you onto the next available slot for a reading. Any super chat over $10 will get you a longer reading, or that's about £8 in the UK money. Don't forget, as I always say, every single penny that comes through the channel, 10% of what we make goes to the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals, a charity here in the UK that provides veterinary care for people's animals where people may struggle to pay, or animals may need vet care that isn't covered by their pet insurance, things like that. They also deal with, you know, the dogs and cats that are hit on the side of the road and wild animals. Also 10% this month goes to an LGBTQIA plus charity because it is Pride Month, and 30% of it YouTube takes off the top. But whatever comes through to us, 10% goes to PDSA and 10% goes to an LGBTQIA plus charity for June. Right then, so all of that being said, I am going to mention we do have channel memberships open. Our channel memberships are available. You get yourself early access to the videos like the witch casket unboxings, any of the tarot deck flip throughs and reveals and things like that. I am going to be filming a video this week, in fact, looking at how I go from agreeing to do a working for someone, a spell for someone, all the way through to doing that working. What is the process? How do I go through deciding what sort of spell I use, what correspondences I use, all of that. I've been asked to do a working tonight for somebody, and I'm going to show you how, without going into the details of what that reading is about or what that working is about, I'm going to show you how I go through and work out and plan that particular working, and that will be a members exclusive. So then we also have members only live streams, and of course once a month we do a members only evening chat on a Friday evening called the Friday Night Natter. So all of that is available to you if you are one of our channel members.
Join the Crow Collective. Help to support this channel by becoming a member here on YouTube. From £2.99 per month, you will gain access to members-only perks, live streams, competitions, sneak peeks and more. Just click on Join for more information. Thank you to all our members.
Oh, I'm not on screen. Hello, I'm still here. I'm a disembodied voice. I've changed something so the fades in between take an awful lot longer now. Don't know whether you've noticed that. Anyhow, you know what that means. It is time for another round. If you would like a reading, please do pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. One of those will get selected at random. If you would like to send a super chat, that does guarantee that your question is up next. Any super chat of £8 or $10 US or more will get you a longer reading. And don't forget, if I get more than one super chat in at a time, I will read them in the order they come in. The only way to guarantee your question, as I say, is to send it in the form of a super chat. Otherwise, pop your questions in the live chat right now, starting with that word question, and we'll come to you. One of those will be selected at random.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your free card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Yes, indeed. Just as I hit that button, Ms. K sent in a super chat. So then I've got that up on my screen. Good evening, Miss K. Welcome to the channel. This is Beyond Authentic here on the YouTubes. Why did my tourist friend's sister invite me to the beach this weekend? Ooh, interesting, interesting. Right then, let's have a look. Why did your friend's sister invite you to the beach this weekend? Ooh, it depends. It depends, doesn't it? There could be all sorts of hidden meanings in there, especially in Pride Month. That's all I'm saying. Not insinuating anything at all. Just saying. We are still waiting for the first Beyond Authentic wedding, by the way. I'm just putting that out there. We are. There's a few of us in our mod group, our moderators group, our mod squad that are waiting with our posh wedding frocks, our posh hats, suits, waistcoats for some others, posh outfits. We're all waiting for that first Beyond Authentic wedding. Just saying. Just saying. Let's have a look though. Right, we've cleansed the area. We're bringing Wispy. So Wispy, my darling, Ms. K would like to know, why did their Taurus friend's sister invite them to the beach this weekend? Why did their friend's sister invite them to the beach this weekend? Why was Miss K invited to the beach? It's a $10 super chat, which means it's a longer 6 or 7 card reading, depends on what Wispy wants to do. If we get a card that flips, just as I say that, we have a card that we have a card that decided to completely almost fall down on the floor, basically. And it's the 10 of Cups. Now, listen. You know when I just said all that thing about a wedding and all that thing, and I was like half joking and like, oh yeah, it might be there might be a bit of an interest here. Cups is your emotional suit, and 10 is when things overflow. So you can see, look at all this lovely emotion overflowing. 10s are the suit of romance and positive, sparkly summer, sap is rising, sparkly summer sun energy. Just saying. Just saying. This card is your clarifying card, your modifying card. And this has come up. So you've got a 6 card with a modifier. So you've got a 7 card reading. We'll go into it. We'll have a little look-see. But this card is a really vibrant, positive card. If there was going to be any kind of dating, ulterior motive, any kind of interest in that way, this is definitely the card that you would want to see. 10s for me are about overflowing energy. Is so effervescent that you can't keep it in. Literally, we've got these cups. The water is flowing down through the... I know they're not all cups. Some of them are jars and glasses and all sorts, but they're cups, right? Artistic license. The energy is flowing down, flowing. All this, lots and lots and lots of positive love energy. So then, the minute we get a card that flips, we stop shuffling and we cut your deck. So then we're going to do an inverted V. You'll see why it's called that in just a second, or an inverted triangle. And we'll go with where you are right now, what you need to know about this, and what the future may look like. We'll go for one level deeper, and the root So pay attention to that root. Right then, so Wispy. Let's go with where we are now. Where is Miss K and the Taurus friend's sister? We've got the Two of Swords reversed. Okay. What do we need to know? Okay. Seven of Pentacles. And the future. Ooh, interesting. Okay. A level down. We've got the Four of Pentacles linking the 7 and the 2. Linking the 7 to the 5. We've got the 10 of Swords. And now the 6 of Pentacles reversed at the root. Now this changes things quite a bit. So let's go through them in turn. The Two of Swords. Swords are about trouble and strife, hardships, not hardships, sorry, hurdles, challenges, obstacles. And this feels very much that there's been some cross words between the two of you, or that there's been some sort of falling out between the two of you in the past. It feels very much like there was like the two of you may have some kind of history, okay, and the two of Swords is about disagreements, interactions that don't go well, but interactions that leave you with a bit of a sour taste in your mouth. Especially when this is reversed, I don't think that energy came from you. So if your Taurus friend's sister, if you've had some sort of fallout in the past, then I would say it's something that she's done or something that she took umbrage with, rather than it being necessarily a miscommunication on your end. In what you need to know, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. Sevens are about difficult choices and difficult decisions and coming to those crossroads in life where you really got to make some choices. So when we look at this card, nails. When we look at this card, you can see here that we've got all of these lovely ripe fruits on the card. Is it time? Our secateurs are there. Our shovel is there. Is it time to harvest these fruits? Is it time for us to go in ahead now whilst all the fruits are looking big and plump and ready? Should we get them now or should we leave them? Because if we leave them, what if it rains? What if it gets damp? What if they rot? What if the snails get them? What if the bugs get them? There is a certain element here about cutting your losses and doing things now to prevent, you know, future possible loss. But there's also, Pentacles is about finances, but it's also about growth. Okay, so when we're looking at growth, we're talking about, you know, growth as a person, growth as how we learn things, how we evolve, how we develop character-wise. And this is in the what you need to know. So it could be, if you have had words in the past, it could be that this is about perhaps almost letting bygones be bygones, trying to find a way forward. It does feel like there's a lot of, there are some tough decisions around this. When we move to where the relationship is headed. We've got the Five of Cups. Now this is reversed, so this feels, right, although it looks a bit negative with the big dark water, it actually feels a little bit more on the positive side of things, because the five, if we look at it this way up, you can see we've got these 5 cups here. I know one's a can and one's a bottle, but we've got these 5 vessels. 2 of the cups are full. This cup here is empty, and 2 of them are damaged. So at first glance, out of 5 cups, we've only got 2 that are useful. Oh no, we've only got 2 with water in. Oh no. However, oh no. However, this is just empty. We've just drunk it. All right, these 2, smashed and rusted and broken and empty and smashed and rusted and no good. So we get rid of these 2, but we've still got 3 perfectly working cups up here, right? So we need to look at the positive rather than the negative. We need to look at that emotional self. This is not, everything is not awful. Everything is not destroyed. There is still hope. Even when the card is upside down, even when the card is reversed in this instance, right? This is saying you really, 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 really need to look on the bright side. You really need to err on the side of positivity with this, right? There is some deep emotion here. There is some connection between you and the sister, because we've got this, the dark water. Anytime we see water in a car, in a suit, in on a tarot card, it's about emotion, right? This is some deep emotion. This is some choppy emotion, because we've got a choppy water here. So it does feel as if there's a bit of a past here. But I still think with this 10, I still think the essence here is about moving forward and putting that past maybe behind you. Linking the 2 to the 7, we've got the 4 of Pentacles reversed. This feels very stagnant. It feels very stuck. It feels like something has been left either unsaid, or something has been left after a fallout, and it's almost like there's no closure here. Until there is this moment of closure, it's like the sister is stuck, okay? So your friend's sister it's almost like they need to move past whatever happened, because at the moment it's really eating them up. It really is eating them up. Whatever it was, whatever's happened, whatever the disconnect is, it's really causing them some pain. Whether you intend that, whether they intended that, it's where it is. It is causing some, I would say, quite significant pain and some quite significant issues. And it does need to be resolved. It does need to be looked at, because we've got this feeling in the bottom with this 6 of Pentacles. With it being reversed, there's this element of not wanting it to seem as charity, not wanting it to seem as hang on, give me that again, Wispy. Is it almost like an olive branch? It feels like there is some really mixed emotions going on with this, because it does feel as if there is, it does feel as if whatever the disagreement or falling out was, it feels like it was over nothing, or it was something that got blown out of all proportion, and somehow the premise of this was misconstrued, or it was taken the wrong way. It was upside down. Things shouldn't have gone the way they did, right? That's what it feels like. And it excuse me, it really feels as if the intention now is to try and repair the damage, try and heal what was broken. I would say, Miss K, look, I would say be careful, right? If the two of you have history, and again, you don't know what your tourist friend has said, you don't know what might have been said between your friend and their sister. It feels, in all honesty, it feels like it's an attempt to build bridges, an attempt to mend fences. That's what it kind of feels like. I don't think there's an ulterior motive behind it. In other words, it doesn't feel like you're being set up for failure. It doesn't feel like you're being set up as a fool or anything like that. It really does feel as if the sister doesn't know how to reach out, right? But it feels like this is them trying to reach out for a more positive outcome. I hope that helps, my darling. I really do. Listen, will you please let us know how it goes? Please let us know how it goes after the weekend. We're back on this coming Sunday at 7 p.m. UK time, and also next Tuesday again at 7 p.m. UK time. Please let me know how it goes. A, because I'm bloody nosy, but also because it feels like there's a genuine effort being made to patch up something, and I almost question whether your tourist friend is either behind the attempted reconciliation, or whether your friend knows that this thing got blown up, things were said, all proportions were like everything just went too far, and actually it was never meant to go like that. It feels like your friend is almost wanting to be the peace broker for whatever reason. I hope that helps, my darling. I really, really do. Yeah, best of luck on the weekend. I would say make sure you have your sun lotion, your SPF, and I'm not going to say make sure you don't turn your back to this person, but maybe keep an eye on them just in case. Do you know what I mean? Maybe keep an eye on them just in case. But if there is an attempt at an apology, or if there is an attempt, it doesn't feel as if it's going to be like oh, I'm really sorry, I was wrong, mea culpa, mea culpa. It doesn't feel like that, but it feels like there is definitely an attempt to mend bridges and to reach out. I hope that helps, my darling. Thank you very much for your question. Right then, I've just seen Culture Envy. Thank you very much for your donation. I've got Miss C in first. Okie dokie, my darling. Your question: will the housing find out I was working part-time, or will they accept the receipts I gave? Miss C. Oh, right. Listen, I will read for you exactly as you have written it. However, hang on. Do me a favour, for your own safety, delete the question. Okay? I will read the question, But you, by putting this out into the universe on a very public forum, on the YouTube platform owned by Google, where lots and lots and lots of bots are around, right? Where lots of people can gather lots of information that is available on the World Wide Web, and where AI can have a little look-see and match this over here with this over there. Maybe don't ask this sort of question in a really big public format, because the question itself kind of admits to something. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, I do have to say, this is not legal advice. Okay? Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You make all of your own decisions about your own life. This is not legal advice. Medical advice, counselling advice, financial advice. It's none of those. It is just some pieces of card with pretty pictures on that I'm going to read. Okay, my darling? Protect your online privacy at all times, because you don't know, the sophistication of AI at the moment may not be that good. In a year's time, it may be a lot easier for someone to work out what you wrote on a random YouTube channel back when, and you don't want anything coming back and biting you on the backside. Okay, so then I'm gonna, can I bring it up like that? Nope, it's not going to come up like that. Right then, so Miss C, let's do you a reading, and I'll try and word it carefully. Right then, Wispy. I'm repeating the question that Miss C wrote in my head. And I'm going to say out loud to the universe, to the cosmos, we want to know what is coming up for Miss C in the weeks ahead in relation to the question that was asked. What is coming up in relation to the question that was asked? Okay, that's what we want to know. Oops. How if I turn the cards upside down, wouldn't it? How if I turn them so I can't see the front of the cards is what I mean. Right, Wispy, what is coming up in relation to the question that was asked for Miss C? Don't forget, hang on, everybody, yes, listen, this brings up an interesting subject. Don't forget, you can always send a message. The details are down below, to lisa@beyondauthentic.co.uk, or you can send an Instagram. Again, I'll put the details for all of those in the... Oh, that didn't want to send the website, but I will put those details on screen. There we go. That should do it now. Yay. So I'll put those details in the chat. You can always contact me. I do have a Fiverr gig available if you would like a private reading that isn't on the interwebs. Okay, so if there are questions that you might want to ask that you want to keep private and not on a public forum like Facebook, owned by Google, the largest search engine and search portal that there is out there, you can always book me privately through those ways. Okay, just in case there's ever anything you want to know or you want to ask that you don't want the whole world to find out about. It could be something private, could be something like this that you don't want certain people to know, could be a love life question that you just don't want blasted all over the web. Whatever it is, I'm available on Fiverr with that private gig. So there you go. Right then, Wispy, all of that being said, let's crack on for Miss C. Let's see what is going to happen in the next few weeks with the question that was asked. We are going with where you are now, what the current situation is, what you need to know, and what the outcome or results, or what the ending or what the reports may well come up with. End result. That makes sense. Right then, where we are now. Queen of Cups. Oh, it's me. Look, it's me. Look, it's me. In fact, this person's got quite a lot of grey hair as well. Yeah, I know, right? I know I'm going grey. I don't care. I love it. Queen of Cups. Queens are nurturing energy, very loving, very supportive energy. Cups is also that suit of the emotions. So this is reversed. I do think you are very nervous right now. I think you are... Can I say shitting it? Can I say bricking it? Again, don't know where you are in the world, but if I say bricking it, if you are a bit nervous, a bit concerned, I think that's where that's coming in. The fact that in this deck, the Queen of Cups, I mean, bearing in mind, the one thing I don't have currently is a leather jacket, but I do have the necklace, I do have the runes, the scrying bowl, the tarot cards, the crystals, the ornaments, and I do actually have a pair of pink Doc Marten boots as well. So is this you asking me? No, this is you basically worrying about this outcome. This is you fretting because it's something that I think, how can I put it? I think it worries you because of your ability to look after other people. Okay, because the Queen is that nurturing vibe. So I don't think it's necessarily you're worried about yourself. I think it's because you're worried about the people that you are supporting, if that makes sense. What you need to know. Oh, famine or feast. Wow. Right, okay. Famine or feast. The Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is very much about, as I say, famine or feast. If we look at the card upright, we see the banquet laid out with all the food, the wine, the cheese, everything. And from this angle, it looks like we just haven't filled our plate yet. When it's come up reversed, why haven't we filled our plate? Why is that plate empty? Are we not allowed? Have we not been invited? Are we supposed to just sit here while others eat? It does feel very much like this is an all or nothing question. It really does, my darling. Now, I'll turn the next card and then I'll talk without the tarot hat on, with a different hat on. Right, bear with. So, the outcome, the result, the outcome. Ooh, the King of Cups reversed. Kings are authority figures. Cups is emotions. Right, Wispy. My darling, what on earth have you got yourself into? This king is not best impressed, right? The king, when he's reversed, the emotions that come with the Cups card, this king is not amused. This king is not best pleased. It may well be that decisions may well go against you, my darling, but, right, let me, again, this is not legal advice. I don't know whereabouts in the world you are at all. This is not legal advice. Seek legal advice. If, again, trying to be as anonymous as possible from my end, if you are perhaps fighting a benefits decision that may go against you, right? There are charities. If you're in the UK, there are charities and support organisations. I think one of them is called, oh my gosh, what's it called? Benefit. I can't remember. I can't remember. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Can't remember. Citizens Advice Bureau would be a very good start. They have advice that is given to you without any judgment or without any, this is what X body will say, this is what anyone else says. It doesn't have to be reported here, there or everywhere. Do you know what I mean? They can give you fair, unfettered advice. They can give you advice that is just for you. Do you know what I mean? Where it's not coming through the filter of, but actually this document, this government says that this is wrong or good or bad or whatever, right? They can give you impartial, independent advice. Seek that out. Seek that out. Again, in the UK, I don't know where you are in the world, but in the UK, you can appeal decisions at least twice. If a decision goes against you, you have the option to appeal decisions within the benefits system in the UK. What's it called? DWP. There is an appeal system that's built into that in the UK. Benefits advice. No. Benefits. Google it. Wherever you are in the world, there will probably be some form of charity or independent advice for people that are on benefits or housing support or social payments or whatever it's called. There will be agencies and charities and individuals that will help tackle the great big huge amount of paperwork and things, right? So there will always be options out there. This does feel that whatever this current decision is, whatever's happening right at the moment with this particular question, this does feel as if someone in authority is going to be a bit pissed off, right? Someone in authority is not going to take a good view of whatever's happened, right? Doesn't mean it's not appealable, doesn't mean that the finale, the final of the case, whatever, doesn't mean that's all been set in stone. It's always appealable. It's always possible to go and ask more questions and seek more advice, right? Absolutely do that. Do that as soon as you can. Maybe even do it in advance of any results of any investigation or any questions, right? Go and seek out some answers. My brain keeps wanting to say benefits advice. It isn't. There is something. They have a name and I can't for the life of me. We used to, myself and my other half used to run a support group for people, and some of those people were on benefits in the UK and welfare rights. There we go. I knew I'd get it. Welfare rights in the UK is what it's called. Have a look. They're not up and down the country. They're in sporadic areas. But if you find one of them on Google and give them a ring tomorrow, if you're in the UK, they will be able to see if there's one, a office, a department, whatever, a branch near where you are. If not, they may well know of another organisation that may be able to offer you the same support. Okay, get some advice. absolutely get some advice. It does feel as if this result may not go in your favour, in which case don't forget you can appeal. All is not lost. Best of luck, my darling. I hope that helps. Forewarned is forearmed. Yeah, things can be appealed. I hope that helps, my darling. Thank you very much for your question. Remember, it's not legal advice. It's just from my vague memory of what we used to do to help other people that were in situations that sound vaguely similar. Right, Culture Envy. What do you need to hear most now? What changes do you need to make? Okay, this is going to be the last question right now. I bet you are, my darling. I bet you are. I bet you are. You have an Amazon gift card and tried sending Florida water, but it says it cannot be shipped to your area. What, to the UK? I don't know. Oh, sounds awesome. I wish I was going. The one at Oakleaf is coming up. It's at the end of July and I really want to go, but I did say to Neil, do you want to go? And he was like, me in a tent? I guess that's a no then. Right then, Culture Envy, let's do your reading, my darling. Let's do your reading. Where is it? I had it, didn't I? I had it on my screen. 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 There we go. Got it again. What do you need to know right now? Let's find out for you, my darling. This will be the last reading for tonight. Don't forget, I am available on fiverr.com / I think it's just Beyond Authentic. If you search Beyond Authentic Tarot, you'll probably find me on there. What was I saying? I was going to say something else. Can't remember. I'm back on Sunday evening, if you're not a member, at 7 p.m. For our lovely channel members, I'm back on Friday evening for our members only Friday Night Natter, our once a month members only space where we get to hang out, where I don't have to rush to start a live stream. So we can actually just chill. I can answer some questions if you want tarot readings, or I might even grab a couple of fun oracle cards. I tell you what I might do. Do you want the Toxic C Word? The Toxic C Word deck. It's very funny and it's quite cool, but I can't ever use it on a normal live stream. But I can use it on a members only, and it means I get to say the C word a ridiculously large number of times, because that's what the deck is actually called. That could be fun. I could throw some bones. Maybe. Anyway, Wispy. What does... Woo! One card, Wispy. You've got one job. Do you know what I mean? You've got one job, Wispy. One card. What does Culture Envy need? What does Culture Envy need to know right now? What changes do they need to make? What do they need to know in order to make those changes? Right, my darling. Let's have a look for you. There we go. We got there eventually. By the way, thank you to everybody who has been messaging and chatting away on the stream tonight. Tonight's top fans. Are you ready for this? I don't know how to... Can I bring it up on screen? The top fan... Oh, Culture Envy, you are the #1 top fan. Apparently. I can't show you that fact, but you are. Steady Eddie 3. Good evening, Ed. You are our #2 top fan of the evening. And Melinda Brown, you are our third top fan, #3 top fan of the chat. And then we've got Patricia. So thank you for being our top friend, top fan, chatting, community chat, top person chatting away. I don't know what it means. It's a new thing that YouTube's done. Right, Culture Envy. Let's do the cuts. Whoops, a daisy. And let's go for it. Culture Envy, you are the #1 top fan. 7 of Pentacles. Where you are right now. What do you need to know? Ooh, the Tower. And your future, the 2. Right. I don't like the Tower card. I don't particularly like these 3 cards at all, to be honest with you. There is a reason though. I'm not just a bigot. I do have reasons why I don't like things. So the 7 of Pentacles has come up earlier, so did the 2. But the 7 of Pentacles is about difficult decisions, right? When it's upright, those decisions are difficult because we're having to decide between harvesting now or waiting a little bit, make the right decision for the harvest, for the fruits. Do we leave it? Do we not? It's still a positive decision. When it's reversed, it's almost like there is something going on at the moment that you need to sit down and look at, right? And it's work finance related. There is something here. It's almost like, I don't know whether you make and sell crochet teddy bears, right? For instance, and each crochet teddy bear costs you $4 to make in wool, takes you 4 hours to make each one, and yet you can only sell them for $5. So technically you are making money, but you're not if you're paying for your time. And eventually there's going to come a moment where you say, is this worth my time, my effort, spending 4 hours to earn a single dollar, right? It's something like that. There is something here saying that you have to make a decision financially, and you need to look at this tough decision in a way that isn't necessarily emotional, but you need to crack on and make this, because at the moment, not only have we got the Tower, but the Tower is reversed. So if the Tower hasn't hit yet, right, if the lightning hasn't hit that Tower yet, then the storm is here, right? The Tower is all about having a structure hit by lightning, right? In this case, it's an old building. Sometimes it's like a lighthouse or a tall, building that's hit by lightning and is then set on fire. Once it's set on fire, you've got to escape. You've got to leave. It's about having that rug pulled from under you. It's about having all of the situation where what you think is one way turns out to be another. All of the things that you have built up potentially coming down around your ears, and there's nothing you can do about it, right? But the Tower here is already reversed, which means it kind of has to happen, right? You have to kind of allow what you've built to fall in order to rebuild it better and to move on, right? So it's almost like your crochet teddy bear business needs to fail for you to realize, I'm not making any money doing this. I am spending all my time knitting. I am not able to cover any of my bills with my single dollar from each bear. Maybe this isn't a good use of my time. Maybe I need to be crocheting hats, scarves, gloves, other things, right? Or maybe I need to go and get a job. That's where the difficult decisions come in. That's where the thing that you've built, the thing that you've put your time into, the thing that you have invested in comes down around your ears. When it's reversed, it's not necessarily the worst possible scenario. It's actually much worse for me if it was upright, this card. Because this way it means like what you built is coming undone. This way is kind of doing it for a fresh start. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's a little bit of hope here for something else to come, but it also can mean that when it does come crashing around your ears, that it isn't your fault, that somebody else makes that happen. Somebody else aims that thunderbolt, that lightning bolt in your direction. And it's going to lead to the Two of Swords, which is a fallout or a disagreement with somebody, probably the person that's caused this. Right? This disagreement, this fallout, could be enough to end a friendship, end a relationship. It could be enough to fall out with a family member for a while, or a business partner. It could be something that absolutely means that you go, I'm done with this and I need to move on. But the fact that you, before any ace card, before any new start, before turning to the next chapter, before turning the next page, you've got to finish the page you're on. And sometimes when we're looking at life and the things that we do and the things that we care about, before we're able to start that next chapter, make those new changes, we have to end what's been happening, where we have been, what we have been doing. So we have to finish reading that page, even if our favourite character in that book passes away, or our favourite relationship in that book ends, or, you know, the Tiny Tim in it's not Great Expectations, brain in A Christmas Carol, right? When we look at Christmas Future, Tiny Tim passes away. In that story, we can see that that's happened. We go back in time, we make those changes, that doesn't happen. In this story, we're not a time machine. All we can do is allow the things to happen, this to fall apart, this relationship to possibly end because of this person's actions that made this happen, before we can then move on, right? I do think there is a moment coming your way where you're going to have to realise it's time for you to move on, start over and start afresh. And this next few weeks is going to be the moment where you realise that, because something will absolutely end. And it does feel as if, I'm not going to say that it's ending I'm not going to say that it's about time, but equally it feels like it needs to end sooner rather than later, so that you can hit that reset button. I hope that helps, my darling. I really, really, really do. Whatever it is, the very best of luck with moving forward. Change can only come, you know, how can I say, change can only come through, I believe, listen, I believe very firmly, right? We change our actions when something no longer works. But half the time, we don't know that that thing isn't working until it's really, really made obvious. Okay? So, for example, if you're on a diet plan and your diet plan says you can eat 4 cream cakes every single day, 15 bags of potato chips, 8 burgers a week from McDonald's, and you can eat all of that every single week and you will lose weight. If after 6 months of eating that way you haven't lost weight, and in fact you've gained several stone, several lots of pounds, then that diet plan isn't working. Unfortunately, you might not see it until you step on those scales and realise, oh my God, I have gained 120 pounds. What the hell am I doing? Do you know what I mean? There has to come that realisation. And 9 times out of 10, that realisation hits, and it comes through pain, it comes through difficulty. That is why I read it as an obstacle, a challenge, a learning point, and a hurdle to overcome. It's going to be a hurdle for you, my darling, but I do hope you'll overcome it with aplomb. I like that word. But that is going to be it from me, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. You need to hear how to put yourself into an environment that supports your talents and respects your energy. You do. You do. And if you find a way to do that, please let us know. But thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for being here this evening. Thank you to everybody who sent a super chat donation. Thanks to everybody who sent a message. Thank you to everybody who watched this live. And of course, thank you to everybody who watched us on the replay crew. Much love to all of you. Special love, though, as always, goes out to our channel members, because the people that are helping to support the channel financially are the ones that are allowing me to do this week in, week out, because although it doesn't cover anything, the money that we do get from the channel memberships and from the donations, it does go back into the channel, and it means that we can upgrade bits and pieces of equipment, and it helps offset the costs of currently needing a brand new computer, which is going to be ridiculous. But anyway, the most thanks of all, of course, must go to those incredibly kind, loving, and a bit bonkers people who give up their evenings to come and moderate the chat so that I can do the readings, and so that all of you have a wonderful space to be in, a wonderful safe space. So thank you very, very much to all of the people in blue who are the moderators. Thank you to Ed, thank you to Neil, thank you to Holland, and thank you to Patricia. I don't think Neil was on tonight, but thank you very much to the moderators for keeping this channel such a warm, friendly, welcoming, and amazingly safe space. So yes, thank you very much to all of you. And with that, I'm going to say I will love you and leave you, and I'll be back on Sunday evening, 6 p.m. UK time for the members, 7 p.m. for everybody else, and of course Friday evening for the Friday Night Natter at 7 p.m. right here on the channel for the members. I will see you all very soon, and yeah, that is it from me. We're going to leave you with a button if my mouse works. I'm going to leave you with, I tell you what, shall we look at the earrings one last time? Not one last time, but shall we look at the evenings today? Go on then. I make all of these.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to
So, apparently I'm a witch.
'Cause she's a witch.
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch. Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back.
join the Crow Collective. Help to support this channel by becoming a member here on YouTube. From £2.99 per month, you will gain access to members-only perks, live streams, competitions, sneak peeks, and more. Just click on Join for more information. Thank you to all our members.